Today we're reading 2nd Esdras 10 and 11. But it happened that when my son entered his wedding chamber, he fell down and died. So all of us put out our lamps, and all my neighbors attempted to console me. I remained quiet until the evening of the second day. But when all of them had stopped consoling me, encouraging me to be quiet, I got up in the night and fled, and he came to this field, as you see. And now I intend not to return to the town, but to stay here. I will neither eat nor drink, but will mourn and fast continually until I die. Then I broke off the reflections with which I was still engaged, and answered her in anger and said, You most foolish of women, do you not see our mourning and what has happened to us? For Zion, the mother of us all, is in deep grief and great distress. It is most appropriate to mourn now, because we are all mourning, and to be sorrowful, because we are all sorrowing. You are sorrowing for one son, but we, the whole world, for our mother. Now ask the earth, and she will tell you that it is she who ought to mourn over so many who have come into being upon her. From the beginning all have been born of her, and others will come. And lo, almost all go to perdition, and a multitude of them will come to doom. Who then ought to mourn the more, she who lost so great a multitude, or you who are grieving for one alone? But if you say to me, My lamentation is not like the earth's, for I have lost the fruit of my womb, which I brought forth in pain and bore in sorrow. But it is with the earth according to the way of the earth. The multitude that is now in it, goes as it came. Then I say to you, just as you brought forth in sorrow, so the earth also has from the beginning given her fruit, that is, humankind, to him who made her. Now therefore keep your sorrow to yourself, and bear bravely the troubles that have come upon you. For if you acknowledge the decree of God to be just, you will receive your son back in due time, and you will be praised among women. Therefore go into the town to your husband. She said to me, I will not do so. I will not go into the city, but I will die here. So I spoke again to her and said, Do not do that, but let yourself be persuaded. For how many are the adversities of Zion? And be consoled because of the sorrow of Jerusalem. For you see how our sanctuary has been laid waste, our altar thrown down, our temple destroyed. Our harp has been laid low, our song has been silenced, and our rejoicing has been ended. The light of our lampstand has been put out. The ark of our covenant has been plundered. Our holy things have been polluted, and the name by which we are called has been almost profaned. Our children have suffered abuse. Our priests have been burned to death. Our Levites have gone into exile. Our virgins have been defiled, and our wives have been ravished. Our righteous men have been carried off. Our little ones have been cast out. Our young men have been enslaved, and our strong men made powerless. And worst of all, the seal of Zion has been deprived of its glory and given over into the hands of those that hate us. Therefore, shake off your great sadness and lay aside your many sorrows, so that the Mighty One may be merciful to you again, and the Most High may give you rest, a respite from your troubles. While I was talking to her, her face suddenly began to shine exceedingly. Her countenance flashed like lightning, so that I was too frightened to approach her, and my heart was terrified. While I was wondering what this meant, she suddenly uttered a loud and fearful cry, so that the earth shook at the sound. When I looked up, the woman was no longer visible to me, but a city was being built, and a place of huge foundations showed itself. I was afraid and cried with a loud voice and said, Where is the angel Uriel, who came to me at first? For it is he who brought me into this overpowering bewilderment. My end has become corruption, and my prayer a reproach. While I was speaking these words, the angel who had come to me at first came to me, and when he saw me lying there like a corpse, deprived of my understanding, he grasped my right hand and strengthened me, and set me on my feet, and said to me, "What is the matter with you? And why are you troubled? And why are your understanding and the thoughts of your mind troubled?" I said, "It was because you abandoned me. I did as you directed, and went out into the field, and lo, what I have seen and can still see, I am unable to explain." He said to me, "Stand up like a man, and I will instruct you." I said, "Speak, my lord, only do not forsake me, so that I may not die before my time. For I have seen what I did not know, and hear what I do not understand. Or is my mind deceived, and my soul dreaming? Now therefore I beg you, give your servant an explanation of this bewildering vision." He answered me and said, "Listen to me, and I will teach you, and tell you about the things that you fear. For the Most High has revealed many secrets to you. He has seen your righteous conduct, and that you have sorrowed continually for your people, and mourned greatly over Zion. This therefore is the meaning of the vision. The woman who appeared to you a little while ago, whom you saw mourning, and whom you began to console, you do not now see the form of a woman, but there appeared to you a city being built. And who told you about the misfortune of her son, this is the interpretation. The woman whom you saw is Zion, which you now behold as a city being built. And as for her telling you that she was barren for 30 years, the reason is that there were 3,000 years in the world before any offering was offered in it. And after 3,000 years, Solomon built the city and offered offerings. Then it was that the barren woman bore a son. And as for her telling you that she brought him up with much care, that was the period of residence in Jerusalem. And as for her saying to you, "My son died as he entered his wedding chamber," and that misfortune had overtaken her, this was the destruction that befell Jerusalem. So you saw her likeness, how she mourned for her son, and you began to console her for what had happened. For now the Most High, seeing that you are sincerely grieved and profoundly distressed for her, has shown you the brilliance of her glory and the loveliness of her beauty. Therefore I told you to remain in the field where no house had been built, for I knew that the Most High would reveal these things to you. Therefore I told you to go into a field where there was no foundation of any building, because no work of human construction could endure in a place where the city of the Most High was to be revealed. Therefore do not be afraid, and do not let your heart be terrified, but go in and see the splendor or the vastness of the building, as far as it is possible for your eyes to see. And afterward you will hear as much as your ears can hear. For you are more blessed than many, and you have been called to be with the Most High, as few have been. But tomorrow night you shall remain here, and the Most High will show you in those dream visions what the Most High will do to those who inhabit the earth in the last days. So I slept that night and the following one, as he had told me. On the second night I had a dream. I saw rising from the sea an eagle that had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. I saw it spread its wings over the whole earth, and all the winds of heaven blew upon it, and the clouds were gathered around it. I saw that out of its wings there grew opposing wings, but they became little puny wings. But its heads were at rest. The middle head was larger than the other heads, but it too was at rest with them. Then I saw that the eagle flew with its wings and it reigned over the earth and over those who inhabit it. And I saw how all these things under heaven were subjected to it, and no one spoke against it, not a single creature that was on earth. Then I saw the eagle rise up on its talons, and it uttered a cry to its wings, saying, do not all watch at the same time. Let each sleep in his own place, and watch in its turn, but let the heads be reserved for last. I looked again and saw that the voice did not come from its heads, but from the middle of its body. I counted its rival wings, and there were 8 of them. As I watched, one wing on the right side rose up, and it reigned over all the earth. And after a time its reign came to an end, and it disappeared, so that even its place was no longer visible. Then the next wing rose up and reigned, and it continued to reign a long time. When it was reigning, its end came also, so that it disappeared like the first. And a voice sounded, saying to it, "Listen to me, you who have ruled the earth all this time. I announce this to you before you disappear. After you, no one shall rule as long as you have ruled, not even half as long." Then the third wing raised itself up and held the rule as earlier ones had done, and it also disappeared. And so it went with all the wings. They wielded power one after another, and they were never seen again. I kept looking, and in due time the wings that followed also rose up on the right side in order to rule. There were some of them that ruled, yet disappeared suddenly, and others of them rose up, but did not hold rule. After this I looked and saw that the 12 wings had 2 little wings, and the 2 little wings had disappeared, and nothing remained on the eagle's body except the 3 heads that were at rest and the 6 little wings. As I kept looking, I saw that 2 little wings separated from the 6, and remained under the head that was on the right side, but 4 remained in their place. Then I saw that these little wings planned to set themselves up and hold the rule. As I kept looking, one was set up, but suddenly disappeared. A second also, and this disappeared more quickly than the first. While I continued to look, the 2 that remained were planning between themselves to reign together. And while they were planning, one of the heads that were at rest, the one that was in the middle, suddenly awoke. It was greater than the other 2 heads, and I saw how it allied the 2 heads with itself, and how the head turned with those that were with it and devoured the 2 little wings that were planning to reign. Moreover, this head gained control of the whole earth, and with much oppression dominated its inhabitants. It had greater power over the world than all the wings that had gone before. After this I looked again, and saw the head in the middle suddenly disappear, just as the wings had done. But the 2 heads remained, which also in like manner ruled over the earth and its inhabitants. And while I looked, I saw the head on the right side devour the one on the left. Then I heard a voice saying to me, "Look in front of you and consider what you see." When I looked, I saw what seemed to be a lion roused from the forest, roaring. And I heard how it uttered a human voice to the eagle and spoke, saying, "Listen, and I will speak to you. The Most High says to you, are you not the one that remains of the 4 beasts that I had made to reign in my world, so that the end of my times might come through them? You, the 4th that has come, have conquered all the beasts and have gone before, and you have held sway over the world with great terror, and over all the earth with grievous oppression, and for so long you have lived on earth with deceit. You have judged the earth, but not with truth, for you have oppressed the meek and injured the peaceable. You have hated those who tell the truth and have loved liars. You have destroyed the homes of those who brought forth fruit, and have laid low the walls of those who did you no harm. Your insolence has come up before the Most High, and your pride to the Mighty One. The Most High has looked at his times. Now they have ended, and his ages have reached completion. Therefore, you, eagle, will surely disappear, you and your terrifying wings, your most evil little wings, your malicious heads, your most evil talons, and your whole worthless body, so that the whole earth, freed from your violence, may be refreshed and relieved, and may hope for the judgment and mercy of him who made it. Revelation 12. A great sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was with child and cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven. There was a great red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 diadems on his head. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. The dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as he was born. She gave birth to a male child, who was to rule all the nations with an iron scepter, and her child was caught up to God and to his throne. The woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, that they may nourish her there for 1,260 days. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did not prevail, nor was there a place for them in heaven any longer. The great dragon was cast out, that ancient serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast down, and his angels were cast down with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, "Now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Messiah have come. For the accuser of our brothers, who accused them before our God day and night, has been cast down. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short." When the dragon saw that he was cast down to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. The woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness to her place, where she is to be nourished for a time and times and half a time from the presence of the serpent. Then the serpent spewed water out of his mouth like a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. But the earth helped the woman. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed the flood which the dragon spewed out of his mouth. Then the dragon was angry with the woman, and he went to wage war with the remnant of her offspring, who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yeshua the Messiah. Psalm 11. In the Lord I seek refuge. How do you say to my soul, "Flee as a bird to your mountain"? For the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow on the string, that they may treacherously shoot the upright in heart. If the foundations are broken, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. His throne is in heaven. His eyes examine mankind. The Lord tests the righteous, but the wicked and the one who loves violence, his soul hates. Upon the wicked he will rain coals of fire and brimstone and a burning wind. This will be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loves righteousness. His countenance beholds the upright. Proverbs 11. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. Integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors will destroy them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the upright will direct his way, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but transgressors will be taken by their schemes. When a wicked man dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked comes in his place. A hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge the just will be delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He who is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. A talebearer reveals secrets, but he who is of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. He who puts up a pledge for a stranger will suffer for it, and he who hates being a pledge is secure. A gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. The merciful man does good to his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own body. The wicked works a deceitful work, but to him who sows righteousness will be a sure reward. As righteousness tends to life, so he who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. Those who are of perverse heart are abomination to the Lord, but such as the upright in their way are his delight. Though be assured, the wicked will not be unpunished, but the prosperity of the righteous will be delivered. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman who is without discretion. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is one who scatters, yet increases, and there is one who withholds more than is right, but it leads to poverty. The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will be watered also himself. The people will curse him who withholds grain, but blessing will be upon the head of him who sells it. He who diligently seeks good procures favor, but he who seeks mischief, it will come to him. He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish as a branch. He who troubles his own house will inherit the wind, and the fool will be the servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. If the righteous will be recompensed in the earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner. Thus ends the reading for today. Never walk alone.